Yo, Jason Lee is back on the show. Let's get to it. Cruz Show, Real 92.3. LA's new home for hip-hop. Big news on Tuesday, January 17th. The Jason Lee Show will officially premiere on Revolt. Ladies and gentlemen, this is major. Jason Lee, congratulations, man.
Thank you. It's been a journey. I'm glad we doing it.
We're doing Revolt. We're also on the digital platform as well.
Yep.
Right.
We're digital, all things Revolt. You know, me and Queen Latifah went to Puffy years ago when Andre Harrell was alive. May he rest in peace. We pitched the show, and you know, at the time I just felt like they didn't get me, but it really was, I wasn't ready. You know, I had to go do the work. I built the brand. I put in the work. You know, I had the partnership over at Fox Soul. Shout out to them, and with Blue and Damage. But then I just felt like, you know, with Wendy on her way out, we needed to save talk shows. We needed to save the talk space. And so I said, why don't we put something out edgy? And in the climate of cancel culture, you got to have something. The only person that right now can really do that is somebody that can't be canceled, and I can't be. So
you cannot be canceled. They've tried.
Oh, many times.
Many times.
They try to kill me like the Queen.
Over and over and over, and when the smoke clears, you're still standing.
Yeah, that's the best part of it all, because there's so many people out there like me that either believe they can't do it or are afraid of trying to do it. You know, I talked to Speedy Norman last night. Speedy is an amazing journalist over at Complex. And I told him, I said, you have everything it takes to do your own thing and make millions of dollars. And he was saying that hump of just breaking off and doing it yourself is the scary part. I said, it's the best, most scariest thing you ever do. But when you get on the other side of it and look back, you'll just be like, wow, I should have did it sooner.
Yeah. Is that did you ever come to that point where this was you from the ground up, right?
Yeah.
I mean, all you from the beginning.
I literally lived in a studio apartment right around the corner here on Buena Vista.
Yeah.
And I remember living in that studio apartment and having the idea of being able to build my vision. I didn't know, okay, I'll have a Hollywood Unlocked Studios, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to go on Wild 'N Out, or I'm going to go reality TV. I just knew that I wanted to have a voice that mattered, because for years it didn't. I wanted to be able to use a lane that could inspire other people and help my community. And I wanted to show people that I could be something that everybody said I wouldn't be. My mother said I wasn't gonna be nothing. My community said I was a statistic. Even my therapist, who I just started working with, said, like, everything about your story should have ended with you on heroin, in prison, or dead. Why didn't? And I think back to what kept me going. It's just the fact that I wanted it all. And if I want it bad enough, I'm gonna go for it and show others they could do it too.
Man, and look at it now, man. New talk show, The Jason Lee Show on Revolt, premiering January 17th. And then weekly new episodes, right?
Yep.
And this is a talk show, and you're taking calls from Gag Nation. You're
oh no, it's multi-layered. See,
there's interviews. There's so much.
So with Revolt, we did a licensing deal with them. And what I love about what Puffy did, and shout out to Jatavi over there, the CEO, is they believe in ownership and allowing creators to own their content. So I own the show, license it to them, and so the audio, digital, and linear is with them. So television, all the broadcast stuff, and we're sharing in the profit of that. And then I'm going to launch the Jason Lee podcast shortly after, where we have panelists come in, the fans involved, and then a late night after dark show where we can really get into evaluating the whole experience for the week. So there's multiple deals, multiple relationships, and now we're finalizing the podcast deal. And then, our first guest is Cardi B. And this is somebody who, she's somebody that I've been friends with for a while. Yeah. And when she saw us building out the set, she was like, yo, I want to pull up. And she's pulled up.
That's amazing.
That's all it took.
Wow.
Yeah.
Isn't that great? And you've been friends with Cardi for a minute now.
Yeah, it feels like a lifetime. It's been about, 7 years maybe.
I said this on the air yesterday. I said, Cardi been clapping back at the comment section since she was a stripper.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And she's still doing it.
And I think people forget that. Like, those of us who knew her when she was stripping.
That was the best.
That was the best Cardi B ever.
The best Cardi. When she would go live from the locker room, let's get it.
Well, that's the Cardi B that I want to see again. Because, as you get famous or you get more known or you're a public figure and you get brand deals and brand partners, you start getting in your mind thinking about, if I say this is going to happen. If I say this, I'm going to piss this person off. And with Cardi, she literally still looks at herself as just a regular girl, knowing that she has a platform. But, when she says stuff, it moves the needle and it goes viral, like what she did with Madonna and us being on the phone trying to fix that. She's aware of her platform, but she also is very I think a lot more careful on what she says.
Yeah, for sure, man.
She rants about groceries.
Yeah, $6 lettuce.
But it was relatable, right?
Yeah, no, it was
mad
for real.
relatable.
Yeah.
It's Whole Foods prices everywhere, dog.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
For real, man. We got to get somehow Diddy back on track. Diddy hired Leche late last year.
Yep.
Yeah, he did.
And then nothing has evolved from
Nothing.
that.
We took meetings, bro. We put together a pitch deck.
Really?
Hit him with a
I say
number.
give it time,
We all have
right?
it on
I say
video.
give it time.
On video. No,
video.
it's been since
Let's
September, my
want
dog.
it to happen now.
It's been since September. Listen, I know how this shit works. It's if they wanted it, they would have got it done.
I say you
Right
give
or wrong,
it 5
Jason?
years before
Right or wrong?
anything happens.
How long ago did you do the deal?
It's
How
been
long?
It's been 5 months.
He fucked somebody and created a baby 9 months ago.
Yeah.
So
Regardless.
just wait, no, but think about it. In 9 months, see, I learned like with Floyd Mayweather, right? Everything changes every day. When those people have big lives, and I'm not saying that it doesn't matter, because trust me, when it comes to Diddy, if I showed you my text log, I went to Revolt in 2015 with Queen Latifah backing me in a show that I thought would make sense for the culture. It was the Jason Lee Show. It was Hollywood Unlocked with Jason Lee. Andre Harrell looked me in my face and said no. I said, okay, cool. Left there. Then I started going to Justin and Quincy and his kids and going to the house parties and being around Diddy and sneaking into the Rock Nation brunch and running up to Diddy and hey Diddy, hey Diddy, hey Diddy, and getting Diddy a drink. Diddy, you want to do this? Diddy is De Leon, you know, it's Rock, you know. And oh yeah, come to the house, come to the house. Year. Lorianne Gibson, year. Finally, I called somebody, I said, give me Diddy's number. Because what would Diddy do? Diddy would take Diddy's number. He would go get somebody's number, and I text Diddy directly, and I was like, yo, man, I'm pulling up on your text message. I'm tired of talking to your kids. I'm tired of talking to Lorianne. I'm tired of talking to all these people. What we doing? And he wouldn't respond after a while, and I kept sending voice notes. I kept sending him clips of me going viral, me and Kanye, me and this and that, and eventually his CEO called like, Diddy has now told us that we need to figure out how to get in business with you. It's just one of those things where like, I had to keep pressing because I felt too like, bro, I got millions of followers and I'm fucking friends with Rihanna. Like, what else does it take? But sometimes it's timing and just being a persistent asshole.
Yeah, nah. See, I'm just like, yo, listen. If it's not there, then it's not there.
Let's
There's no
just the
interest.
guy,
No,
like if it
yeah.
doesn't happen organically, then
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not,
yeah, nah, but
not
like
there.
again,
But
Sometimes you gotta be persistent. You,
You
gotta
have
be
to
an
make it
annoying
happen.
asshole, like you said.
You have to
Watch
make it
this.
happen.
How many times did me and you say that about losing weight? And look at us now.
look at it.
I used to
That's
say it all the time.
Y'all look great.
Right,
man.
all of us thought. Well, I saw him one day. I didn't even know who the fuck I was looking at. I was like, but we look. You know, we're healthier. We feel
Yeah.
better now. But there were times where like, you shit. Somebody told me to do a sit up. I'm like, sit up to eat. Sit up to drink.
I'll
Hey,
sit
well,
up
text
and talk
text
some
Diddy
shit.
for me, dog. Tell me, hey, yo, what's up with that?
I'm
You
be like,
fucking
yo,
up?
I'm be like, yo, I got
text
ran
up.
down on at the Cruise Show, man. What's
Yeah,
up?
yeah, nah.
But I will say, I
takes
love-
time.
It takes time, but I
Too
will
much
say
time,
to
dog.
Diddy has a lot going on, but I am so happy to be at Revolt because he's a master marketer. And the other day I texted him, I said, bro, me and you need to get together and plot out how we fuck this internet up.
No,
Because
he
it's-
knows what he's doing.
yeah.
The guy's smart.
Yeah, he's
but
smart.
I mean, listen, he
Absolutely,
handed
yeah.
it off to somebody else, and that somebody else never followed up. That's it.
We'll figure it out.
You got to keep you just got to keep going at it.
Yeah.
And I gave him a low number too, man. Jesus Christ.
You got to keep going at it. It takes years, man.
At
It's
least
not,
respond. Like, yo, we're not interested at the moment. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Well, some would say no response is a response, but
Absolutely.
but if you
That's
want
right.
it bad enough, you keep going.
exactly. You just got to
That's true.
keep
Because
going.
no, they tell me no they tell me no all the time.
I hear no all the
Jason
time
Lee,
too,
you
but I'm
hear
not
no.
begging.
You hear
I'm
and you
not
heard
begging.
no, your whole life.
Yeah, facts.
Your whole have you spoken to Ye?
You know, the last time I spoke to Ye was probably 3 or 4 weeks ago in the midst of all the stuff that was going on online. You know, I had left 2 weeks before it
During his
started.
Nazi era? You were talking to him during that?
Well, you know, he's never said to me that he was a Nazi, but he did say to me that he was Hitler. And in his mind and the way he communicates, I think that meant something different than what we heard, but we heard what we heard, and it is what it is. You know, I think for me, I make decisions based on what my spirit says, and my spirit said 2 weeks before he had that burnout that it was time for me to go because I didn't feel I can contribute anything else to him. You know, if I'm going to advise you and you're going to listen to my advice, and when he did, it worked, and when he didn't, it didn't.
Yep.
Ultimately, like he said, he controls his voice and he controls what he does, and I control what I do. And thankfully, he understands I'm not a yes man, and I left, and everything was great. He handled all the business, all the money was paid on time.
Wow.
You know, he handled all that with me, so I don't have any bad thing to say about him then. But about a few weeks ago, I was in Dubai with Floyd, and it just came over me like just to check on him, because even though I'm disappointed in him, I really care about him. I do care about him. I can't be your friend and then watch you self-destruct, watch the world say you should be dead or destroyed or lose everything. Know you got 4 kids you love, but also know you got other issues you're dealing with, and the fact that like you're trying to communicate a message that's a real message, but you're doing it in a way that is wrong.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk about the power construct of the world and whether or not white supremacy is a real thing that has real power and influence over the world that we all work in, because we know the world we work in, and we don't need to say that Jews are this or Jews are that. I think that what he was trying to say and what he could have said was, if I make a $3 billion brand at Adidas, why am I only getting 15%? And why are they putting $0 towards marketing and no money into our communities? When that was one of my priorities as the head of media, I went to Gap and Adidas and said, hey, to the leaders of them, how much money are you putting towards marketing? Because this man that looks like me is making kids that look like me buy your product. So what are you putting in return? And their answer was zero. You're putting $0 of marketing into the Yeezy, because if you put a Yeezy out, it's just going to sell out.
Right.
You're putting $0 into the community. There's no 10% or 5% fund. 5% of $3 billion is what? You're not even at least earmarking that towards, issues that may literacy programs in black communities or feeding black communities or homelessness, nothing. Or events to support and sponsor what Ye wants to do. So that was the internal conflict he was having and that I was having with the brand.
So they're sitting there essentially and just collecting checks.
Not even collecting checks. It's like feed up, put the product out, let Ye post about it, and it's done. The hype beast around Ye is so crazy that if he said this bottle of water is the only water, you would see the needle bump on the value of the company.
Sure, crazy.
And he understood his value. I think where he failed was that he didn't move in the best strategic way. So when I talked to him from Dubai, I said to him, I have a plan for you, and I don't want to be a part of your movement anymore, and I don't want to profit from it, and it's not gonna help me. I want to help you. Because Kyrie Irving conversation was happening at the time. I think it was a really important moment for us all to kind of like reconcile the conversation of race in America and the power dynamics of mainstream. And he said, put it in writing to me. I don't take in-person pitches. And at that point, I was like, fuck that. I'm not going to text you something you can put on social media.
Yeah.
So good luck. And I've sat back. To whoever got him off his phone, thank you. But I'm not over there anymore, but I still love him in a very endearing way. And, I would take a call if he called.
Yeah,
he has a number.
For sure, yeah. I mean, I thought that was going to work. I thought that was going to work as far as longevity goes. You know what I'm saying? But when it doesn't, it doesn't. Yeah. I think you recognize, when to eject.
Yes.
And it doesn't mean you're abandoning.
Yes. And it doesn't mean you're a failure.
It does not mean you're a failure.
I saw a lot of people leave before me, a lot of good people. There was a time where he had a lot of really good people around him. And I didn't look at it as a failure. I will say I stayed on longer because I didn't want it to look like a failure than I would have if it wouldn't have been what it was. Mm-hmm. Because I was in a position where I could help the school get its accreditation. And so these people who were putting their kids in a private school would have a curriculum where, the kids could benefit from. I was in a position where the president of Gap or the senior vice presidents of Adidas were talking to me about exploration of programs that could seed money back into our communities, which was a conversation that had never been had from a programmatic standpoint. So there was a lot of advantage, and I met a lot of amazing people. Mm-hmm. I built a lot of great relationships working with him. But, ultimately, I'm not one to just sit around for the look and put my name on something that I know, is just nonsensical.
For sure. The Jason Lee Show premieres on Tuesday, January 17th. The Jason Lee Show on Revolt. What went into you locking in the exclusive for Rihanna's baby pictures?
Okay, first of all, Rihanna, if you're out there listening, I love you so much.
Here we go.
I loved her as a fan. Then I heard that she was a fan of my work, and then I met her, and then if everybody has seen whatever, even my friend here that's in the studio, ironically, one day he's at the house, we're watching a movie, and she calls and she says, hey, come over here, I'm at a photo shoot. So I don't even know if I told him where we were going or where we were. So we pull up and we park, and we're like the only car on the street, and we're walking up to the house, and she's in the window getting dressed, and she's like, hey, Jason, you down there? And he sees her, and we looking at each other. She's the most beautiful thing in the world.
God, she
is. Just start with that.
Absolutely.
She really is.
But she was also pregnant at the time, and I didn't realize she was covering up with that. Remember, she was covering up.
You didn't know she was pregnant at the time?
No.
Oh.
But she was covering up, and she wasn't drinking, but they kept trying to bring us shots. I'm like, well, tell her to come out here and take a shot. She didn't come back out, so we left. So, but I love her. So I was in Dubai again, and I get a FaceTime from her. And so she rarely FaceTimes. So as soon as I answer, I had just got in from partying. It was like 6 a.m. or something. I answered the phone, and what I said, who we fucking up? And she started laughing. And she said, no, we're not fucking nobody up. But, I was just doing a photo shoot, and some folks took pictures of my kid. And she hasn't released the photos, and she's doing it on her own time or whatever. And she wasn't happy about that. And so I said, okay, so what's up? And so she said, I want to give you the photos. And I knew that was big. let me just say this. I knew it was big, but I was also thinking like, I'm helping a friend. Like, okay, what you want to do? Like, she didn't have to give it to me. It was like, well, what you want to do?
She now wants to release them in her own way.
She wants to release them in her own way. She wants to take back control.
Yeah.
She also said, I think it's important that if somebody's going to get this first look, that it be my people. And I want black media to do it, so I want you to do it. And I'm going to send you pictures. I was like, okay. So she hangs up. I run in the other room. I tell my friends, like, oh, fuck, we about to fuck this internet up. Right? So I'm sitting there. It's like 6:30. It's 7 in the morning now. I've been up all day because I've been out partying all night. And now I'm up because now the adrenaline, I'm back awake. So now we're sitting waiting. I'm waking up my team back here in the U.S., oh, they're up, but it's like the person that I need up is not up. So I wake them up, and then now I'm waiting. So she's like, I'm going to see the photos. I'm waiting. So about 4 hours go by. I'm still up. It's 10 a.m. now, like almost 11 a.m. So I said, hey, how we looking? And she goes, and so then she goes, are you ready for me? I'm like, yeah. 3 more hours go by. I'm like, damn, she's going to give them to somebody else.
Oh my God.
And then this is how brilliant she is. She texts me the 3 photos, and then she says, I got a TikTok. Let's post at the same time. So I ain't gonna lie, Rihanna, I posted them like 2 minutes before you did. Then I told you. But I posted them, and then everybody started posting. But it was great. But it became the singular most thing I talked about when I went to the vice president's Christmas party. Everybody in the party, Don Lemon, everybody was like, yo, you did that. And I was like, yes, I did.
Yes,
You're
that
like,
was
yeah.
me.
Yes.
Did you have to pay for those?
No.
No.
Is that crazy?
That's crazy.
That's amazing. That's friendship. But that
friendship.
for me really, what I love the most about it was it underscored my whole point about celebrities who look like us in the room should come to us first and give us those looks because
I think so,
we
too.
move culture.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes,
it's
sir.
like these people, I think they get white publicists. And this is no disrespect to her publicist because her publicist actually knows the culture. Amanda Silverman's a god in PR. But most people, you know, like Lena Waithe or Megan Thee Stallion in the past, not now because we have a relationship, will hire white PR who tell them they can get them on The View and get them on Good Morning America and get them all these looks. And those people become the gatekeepers to the culture and they never even know we want them. And so for Rihanna to do that, she could have called up, you know, the woman who runs Vogue. I can't think of her name. What's her name?
I don't know. Anna Wintour.
Anna Wintour.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all know Anna Wintour. Anna Wintour, she could have
She
called
got
up.
ID'd once.
She could have called anybody.
She got work to do, dog.
But she called me.
Yeah.
And that was
Yeah.
amazing.
I mean, you threw up like Beyonce and Jay-Z's baby pictures
But
up
that
too,
was-
and that wasn't that didn't go as well as the Rihanna situation.
Very messy.
Yeah,
You know,
people.
That did not go too
You know
well.
what though? But here's the deal. But
I'm a little
because-
toxic. That's my toxic trait. I'm
No,
sorry.
I love it. But because even like when I went to the Wakanda premiere and ran into Reed, we were texting in the premiere. By the way, you know when they send you to those premieres, Disney, they send you to those premieres, they put your phones in those covers
Yeah.
and they lock
Yeah.
them. I bit mine through. I tore it open and took my phones out because I can't not be with a phone. Like the Queen could die or some shit. You know what I mean? So like I'm texting Rihanna in the thing or whatever, and I go with her to the after party. But by the time I get there, I had drank so much that I forgot I took a picture with Angela Bassett and Rihanna until I saw it on Twitter. They were like, "Look at Rihanna trying to escape from his photo." But then I realized launched the baby photos, and then it's like, why? How could the guy that she's trying to get away from get the exclusive?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
To the Beyonce point.
Uh-huh.
I didn't even know Beyonce's kids weren't out. I was somewhere and my team said, "Oh my God, look at Beyonce's kids. They're so cute." I'm like, "Oh my God, Rumi and Sir." I'm like, "Put them up. Has anybody put them up?" They're like, "Nobody's put them up yet." I'm like, "Well, shit, let's be the first. Put them up." We put them up thinking we had an exclusive from a fan. I get a call from Beyonce's publicist, Yvette No Shore, who's a friend. And she says, baby, I need you to take those pictures down. I'm like, why? They're beautiful. She's like, yeah, somebody in the house took them. And you're the only person that wrote them, to put them up. So, of course, I say take them down. But by that
Is
point,
Beyonce yelling in the
It's already
background? Tell
everywhere.
that motherfucker I said.
she's too nice. But we took them down, and then Newsweek wrote a story that I stole the photos
Oh,
or
God.
something. You know, craziness. But all press is good press for me.
Come on, absolutely. We've
You
seen
can't
it,
be
man.
canceled.
We've seen it. What's
Cannot.
up, Jackie?
I want to know, being that you are such a leader of like an entertainment platform, how do you determine what goes and what doesn't? You're just like, that's not worth my time anymore.
Well, I do give my editorial and social team, for the most part, control over what they post, and they know me now. And I'm privileged to have a really good team that's worked with me for years. They know how I think. They know what I like or don't like. They know if they see me feel some type of way, they'll start to ask questions about what they should post. One thing I didn't understand was why we were posting Blueface and Krishan so much. But then after interviewing them the other day, I get it. Like, they're good for social media and they're good for getting the analytics going. And so the viewers end up kind of guiding us on what they want to see. You know, we post certain people and they're like, don't care. Probably not going to post them again. You know, but then we post some other folks and we see what they want. We try to give the people what they want. Try. Yeah. And still mix in all the other stuff too, because
there's so much.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, there's just way too much.
Yeah, going on. Yeah, man. But no, you have a team, a solid team. I've met several of them, and they all, I believe, they're your, what's the word I'm looking for? Well, they're your soldiers.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they are.
And you are the dictator.
Insert joke here.
This is the first year where, you know, like, I had to fire somebody recently, and then, you know, I got some more stuff, some more changes I got to make, because I did prepare everybody to say 2022 has been our best year.
Yeah.
You know, we just got our valuation. We just, you know, closed on some money. We're closing all our deals and our partners. But 2023 is go, and like, I need an A team. And some people, I think, they appreciated the fact that I had their back and was very flexible and all that. But
they were comfortable.
They were comfortable, and so now they're seeing like, oh, he wasn't fucking playing. Like, he's not fucking playing. Like, this week I think we've had 5 interviews on top of everything else we do, on top of planning our award show and traveling and partnerships and all that. Like, my team now, they're like, one person was crying yesterday. I'm like, what you crying for? Like, this is what, we can't cry. Ain't no time to cry.
We prayed for. Ain't no time to cry.
Shit.
Jason, what are your thoughts on the whole Meg verdict? Does it give her some vindication? And like, what's your response to the people who still don't give her vindication?
That's a good question. I text Meg when the verdict was read, as soon as the verdict was read, and I said, do you feel vindicated? And she didn't respond to that. She's responded since with other stuff. But, you know, it was interesting because I know Tory and Meg. And in the midst of the whole trial, you know, I was texting Tory and texting Meg. I was rebuilding my relationship with Meg.
You were playing both sides?
I wasn't playing both sides. I was never validating his innocence, and I was never validating her victimization.
Sure.
Yeah.
I was just
You're
saying,
being a friend.
I was being friendly because I've learned.
Got it.
There's a difference.
There's a difference.
There's a segment there, friend.
There are boundaries now in Hollywood Live. But yeah, like with her, I wanted to just say, hey, like, she called me and she said, I'm going to give you the interview. I said, okay. So it was more of like kind of staying in touch with her along the process, and you know, she sees what's going on the blogs, and then he sees what's going on the blogs, and then with him, you know, he was just saying like, I feel like you're being fair. You know, I've said I'm not going to say that the black man did it until he's been determined guilty by the court, but I'm also not going to trash this black woman because I thought we were protecting black women.
Yeah.
To the people who still think that she's full of shit, I mean, that whole court process should have been on Zeus Network. It was just complete ridiculousness.
Yeah, it was honestly, truly.
Kelsey don't remember if Tory paid for the legal bill.
Bodyguard is
God,
missing.
Then the bodyguard's nudes popped up with his asshole all out. I'm like, what? And then on top of that, whoever the bodyguard is, no disrespect, I ain't even gonna say it because I always listen.
Say it.
No, it's just it was just very disappointing OnlyFans content for me. I thought at least with him missing, if it would have came back and at least been enticing, I'd have been like, okay, nigga, like, you was off putting in that work. But either way,
Come back with a big penis at least.
It was just foolery at its best.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it was just a mess.
What about Gunna? Did he flip?
Well, I don't know if he flipped, but he definitely dry snitched. But now hip hop is so. One day, everybody, I don't know where all the rappers are who are profiting millions of dollars off of a culture that believe they're all real killers. When you see somebody get out taking pleas, regardless what the plea is, I've had brothers go to prison who never pled. I have friends in prison for life right now who never pled.
Wow.
Who were in a car when the shooting happened, who took that life. And haven't snitched in years, been in there for almost 30 years.
Still standing tall.
Still standing tall. You know, they running up my phone bill, but they still standing tall. But
Well,
this
collectibles
is
are free now.
But
from
this is a
California.
culture where, hey, we forgave 6ix9ine, so why are we not gonna forgive Gunna? What's the difference?
Ooh.
And why are we not treating Gunna the same way we treated 6ix9ine?
Yeah.
A snitch is a snitch.
Whoa.
I think. Now I don't know Gunna personally, and I know everybody loves him. But Whack 100 was just at the studio the other day, and he said he's a snitch, and Blueface said he think he's a snitch, and that's coming out on the show. I don't know. If you snitch, keep the same energy. Treat Gunna the same way you treat 6ix9ine, or leave Gunna alone.
Isn't Gunna a snitch until we hear Young Thug say he snitched?
You mean he did it?
He out of jail. You didn't hear the recording?
Well, he's out.
But did you hear the recording I heard?
I heard some stuff, yeah, but like, we
Your
don't.
Honor, I don't know nothing. Like, what? I mean,
We don't know.
Wack said, when I interviewed Wack about 6ix9ine snitching, he said to me, "You're different. You're not in the hood, in the streets like we are. I am a snitch. I calls the FBI. I'm dealing with the White House now. I'm talking to the right people. I will lock your family. Y'all lock your dog up if you fuck with me. But I'm different. I'm not. That's not about the world that I live in. So yeah, I don't know. It's pretty sketchy right now.
Yeah, it is, man.
But I feel like people are treating Gunna different than 6ix9ine because 6ix9ine was Latino and Gunna's black. Snitching is snitching. There's no color when it comes to snitching. You either a snitch or you not. You either down or you not. At least 6ix9ine owned this shit. Gunna ain't even spoke out and said he didn't. Has Gunna ever spoke out?
No.
No.
he
So
hasn't.
why are we gonna defend Gunna?
He's working at Crocs, I believe.
What? He's not working at no Crocs.
Check the video.
What you mean working at Crocs? Like a store?
There's a video of him working at Crocs.
with a name tag?
I'm not sure, but he's
Shut
behind the
fuck
counter.
up.
Bro, I thought I saw that on Hollywood Unlocked.
No, if I did, Gunna, it wasn't me. Don't snitch. I mean, don't come for me. What, really?
I saw something like that, yeah.
Working at Crocs.
Could have been on TikTok. Could have been a joke, but it looked like Gunna behind the counter.
Oh my
on
God,
some work
I'm
release shit.
sick.
And 6ix9ine got out and did a song with Nicki Minaj. So, like,
That's-
I'm just saying, like, he handled his snitch gate a lot
So
differently.
you're saying Gunna and 6ix9ine are essentially the same person?
I didn't say that, you did.
I know that's a
Allegedly.
question.
I think that if the shoe fits, you don't
feel it.
acquit. You don't acquit.
Oh my God.
Jason Lee show, man. It's already on fire. It's already a hit. It's already number one. It's
In
insane.
Jesus' name.
Let's go. It's on Tuesday, January 17th. Weekly episodes, especially on their digital platform as well. Revolt, the Jason Lee show. It's going to be explosive out the gate. First celebrity guest is Cardi B.
Cardi B.
That's amazing. Congratulations, man. Love you, bro.
And party this Sunday. You guys are all welcome to come. Remy Ma is flying in to host, and we have a bunch of surprises. It's going to be fun.
What kind of surprises?
Well, it's a surprise. It's not like the surprise when your dad comes back from leaving your mom and you know, like that's not necessarily a
wish
good
less-
surprise.
So
was
Rihanna
gonna
and
hear that
ASAP Rocky are going to be there?
Listen, Brent, let me tell you with her, I don't pressure her because
Are you going to the wedding?
I want them to get married. Is it announced? I haven't heard
Yeah,
anything.
there's a rumor that they're getting married.
I haven't heard that, but if she invites me, I'm honored to be there. I think let me just say this, and they are the most sexiest couple I've seen in years. And I'm here to protect and defend. I want them to go all the way.
Yeah, man.
And
If ASAP Rocky was single and gay, would you?
are you crazy? First of all, I mean, I'm not going to comment on that because that is we share
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Rihanna.
the love for this queen. No, I love him. And, you know, I love the fact that he's such a good friend
a good interview,
to
too.
me. He's such a good friend to me that he hasn't been on my show, so he's not that good of a friend. But he actually, being a person in hip hop and being able to be so solid around me and defend me and support me, like he's a good guy.
Oh, dude, you're a good guy. You're the best. Love you, man.
Thank you.
You know you have a home here. Whatever you
Always.
need, call me. and
Yeah,
let's get it
next
done.
time pre-record. Next time, leave the cameras running when I walk in and get all that shit.
Man, I just learned that. For the second you walk in,
Cruz has integrity, y'all. Listen, the shit we were
Just a
saying
little.
before this. Oh my God, World War III.
We're not
Oh
trying to make
my
a hit
God.
story over here, you know?
no, this is why we need you to check in every week, man. This is
down.
contagious.
Yo, check out more of our YouTube interviews now, ASAP Plus. Download the free iHeartRadio app so you can check out the Cruz Show podcast.